Okay, we'll just give it a second, see if it's streaming. Looks like it is. Hello guys, Pezray here. Today we're going to look at the Blue Mage, a week on. Oh, it's been a grind. Yeah, I'm up and running, San. Are you up and running?
Nearly. I've got to change my title.
Cool, no problem. Alright. So, a week. It has been exactly a week, hasn't it, since Blue Mage come out? Pretty much.
Last Tuesday. So, yes, it has.
Sweet. Okay, so, I don't know. What we'll probably do is just discuss how we've been finding Blue Mage and stuff like that, I reckon. Yeah? It's rubbish. Absolutely. I can't stand Blue Mage. No, I'm kidding.
Get rid of it.
You imagine it? Nah, do you know what? I'm really happy with Blue Mage. Admittedly, it has been a bit of a slog to try and get some of them spells, but I had the same problem in 11. 11 was the same. There were certain spells that could just take ages and ages to get. The one thing that I wanted to talk about was just like things like, where do we see blue going? Is it going to be a job that can be classed as, and I hate saying it because I just don't agree with it. That's just me personally, but will it be endgame? Will it be an endgame class? I hate it when people say that, but it's like samurai. I really enjoy samurai, but some people like them, some people don't. You know, they always say things like selfish job, but it's not like it's, you know, like if you pick up a job that a game creator has made, you know, you don't intentionally level that up because you think, I'm going to be a selfish player.
I do.
Yeah, well, you got every job at 70. But no, do you know what I mean? Like, I spent a lot of time with Samurai in this game, and it was like, I was enjoying it, but you get so many conflicting people. Some people just hate it. They're just like, nah, I wouldn't have a Samurai. But then you get other people that are like, Samurais are the bomb diggity, you know?
Yeah. I mean, samurais are decent.
Yeah. So I don't know, but I do think that Blue Mage will definitely. No, I can't say definitely because it's down to the community in it really, but it's got a very strong chance of being a contender for being in like the end game. I'd imagine, because the thing is,
go on the waters.
Yeah, well, it's only level 50, right? And we've already got a ton of spells. So we've still got 20 levels of spells. You know? Oh, that's it. Just slap me on the live stream, why don't you? Yeah, we've got another 20 levels of more spells coming out. They could release another... I don't think they'll do it that much, but they could release another, say, 50 spells. You know, if they wanted to. Add to the spell book, another 50 spells. And who knows? I mean, the spells that we've got now... I really like the spells we've got now. I just wish there was a couple more single target, not overpowered, but single target, really good damage dealing, you know what I mean? Where you feel like that spell was really worth using. Even if they put like a heavy recast timer on it. I mean, I like the Ffxiv one. That one. But that does, I mean, it does alright damage, but still, I want something like... I don't know.
But as far as Blue Mage and dungeons that go, they don't deal all that much damage compared. Like, even though you're on level, they really like all the skills. Even the 4-star one really don't dish out as much damage as you would initially think. No,
I'd agree with you.
There's no, because there's no elemental status added to dungeons or the bosses yet.
As yet. Which is something we can talk about later, because you know I'm itching to talk about that conversation we had the other night. Oh, I'm itching. So there's So, in relation to the Blue Mage in 11 and the Blue Mage in 14, I'd say they were very similar. I think it's safe to say that they are similar. You know, they're not exactly the same, and I wouldn't want them to be exactly the same, because this is 14 and 11's 11, and you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. It's I'm enjoying it. I love the tail. We call it tail whip, but it's tail screw. I love the tail screw. I love the missile. You know, just to have that chance of being able to just whip something down super quick. Obviously, we know that there's some bosses that are like resistant to that, and I can never imagine that. I reckon any raid groups will never be able to use that. It'll resist it every time, which is obvious, because otherwise it'd just kill the game. You just have like 8 blue mages going in, tail whip, tail whip, tail whip, tail. Well, you know what I'm saying. It just wouldn't work. But I mean, what's your favourite move for the blue mage?
Oh, you put me on the pedestal here. Let's have a look. Mine's, I mean, I'm a sucker for anything Ffxiv, so it's got to be the Ffxiv move.
It definitely is. I think it's definitely got the best animation in it.
Yeah, I love how you just kind of like float, just like boom.
Yeah.
I've just wasted my arrow.
I like Diamondback. Diamondback makes me laugh. Well, you'll be using Diamondback in a second. Just for you guys who, if you are watching, or you're watching this a couple of weeks from now, which is usually the case, we're going to be doing some primals just to try and get a couple of extra spells.
Yeah, we will be if I can find it.
But no, it's for me. Blue Mage coming to this this game is just amazing. I'm well happy with it. I can't fault it. I talked about it before it came out. You know, we talked. The thing is, me and San, we talk all the time about this game and 11 and other games, and how we think it could go, and how we like ideas to make the game better. And we do. We have some cool conversations. Just give me a second. There we go. I've tonked it a couple of times. Here we go. This is where I like Diamondback. Boop.
I go the old-fashioned method of just surecast.
I've got surecast on my hotbars, but I just like the animation. The only thing about it is it's a bit too. It lasts quite a bit of time. So yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff, and one of the things I love talking about, as he knows, and it does his head in, but I'm going to talk about it anyway, is 11, and how this game feels like 11 in some ways. And I came up with a theory the other day, and my theory is.
Oh, here we go. Get your tinfoil hats out, boys.
This is like Illuminati stuff. This is like. Now I've got a theory that this game is slowly but surely catering to the 11 player base, and the reason I say that is because we all know that 11's not going to last forever. I'd be surprised if it's got another 5 years in it, to be honest. It's a wicked game, and like going back to it and spending a couple of months on it was just amazing. And I also loved the fact that they have done so many amazing changes to it, because they had to, because the player base went so low. So they had to put in things like trusts. They made the experience easier, so you could level up faster. But yeah, I think they are slowly going to cater this game to be similar. I don't want it to be the same. That's one thing I don't want. I really don't want 14 to be exactly the same. Let's just kill this off. Did I learn it? No. And these are my reasons for thinking that this game is going to get slowly catered. So as I said before, the servers on 11 aren't going to last forever. And again, this is just my thought. Over the last 6 months, there's a lot of things that have been slowly creeping in. And I watched a video a couple of days ago, and it was, I'll link it in the description. of this video. It's basically like a 4-part series, is it? Or 4 parts, and they talk about how.
3.
Is it 3? Yeah. 4. It talks about how Final Fantasy 14 was developed all the way from 1.0, and one of the things they discussed was that they actually said it was that this game was kind of, they took all the best parts of 11 to try and make 14. Admittedly, it didn't go fully to plan how they wanted it to, because we all know what happened, the calamity and all that. But yeah, things like Eureka, putting Eureka in, Blue Mage, I reckon Dancer will come. But one of them.
In Paris.
Say again.
I said it better, otherwise I'm going to be having words with him in Paris.
Yeah, that would be funny. Just go straight up to HP like, listen, between me and you, I ain't going to say anything, but is Dancer coming to 14? And he whispers in your ear, yes.
No.
No, he says yes. No, that'd be amazing. So, yeah, I don't know. I've learned that there were a lot of people that have an opinion on this game, and you used to have that opinion. You used to have exactly the same. We used to have friendly debates about it, and I always used to refer to 11, and people always said these two games are not the same, and they're not. You know, there's a lot of differences. I'm not saying there isn't. The UI is better, the graphics is better.
Oh shit!
We're gonna die. We're gonna die. But
got it. Maybe. Got it.
You got it.
I'm a pro at the game, I swear.
But there are some things in 11 that I really think could come into this game and be really good. And after you played 11, you saw the similarities between the two games. And you also had some ideas. And I asked you and my brother the other night about 3 things that we would like to see come over. That could perhaps make it just enhance the gaming experience. But like I said, I do believe that eventually they will shut down the 11 servers, but they need to make 14 worth coming over for the 11 fans, because anybody that I speak to that is hardcore 11, they all say the same thing. I jumped on 14, tried it, didn't like it, too easy, it's just not. And that's the thing about 11. 11 has got, in my opinion, not in all aspects, but a lot of aspects, a better gameplay experience and longevity, which this game lacks on, you know. And we're all a sucker for it. Like, I'm the same. I will go out, rush something, and then moan because there isn't anything to do. When there's tons of stuff to do, but it's just, you know, and we all do it. We're all bad for that.
Romy, how many crafters you got to level 70?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I ain't got any. I ain't even got my gatherers to 70 yet.
Did you hit that, by the way?
Not yet. I don't know if I did, actually. It's alright.
I hope you have, because otherwise you're not going to learn the move.
That's alright.
You can recast it.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit it now, look. Buff. So, talking about things coming over, and I came up with an amazing idea. I still think that idea that I come up with was pretty sick. Is if they, which I don't think they'll ever do, but if they released instances like Eureka from, say, level 12 all the way up to 70, and the concept there is that you would go into that instance and you would party up with people. Because I always felt like, obviously coming from 11 and then coming over to this one, I was constantly wondering, like, where's the community? Like, this is right at the beginning, thinking, where's the community at? Where is everybody? And it wasn't until I got to Stormblood that I realised everyone was chilling at the end game. So I just think if they was to implement something like Eureka from, say, level 12 or even level 15, whatever they want to do, instant based, you go in there, you create a party, a few of you get together, learn your jobs, but most importantly they need to slap level sync on, because I think that would be amazing, because that then they don't have to put the level sync in the real world, they just need to put it in the Eureka type. I call it Eureka just for the sake of calling it Eureka, because then everybody can relate to what I'm talking about. So, in a nutshell, Eureka from level 15, different instances all the way up, and you level up in there with a level sync, and you get to form parties, and you know, people from FCs can go down and help their members level up, rather than just solo grinding out fates and doing quests, because especially if you've already done all your quests, it can take a bit of time. So I just think that'd be a wicked way of getting the community together. And the biggest thing of all is that would definitely entice the Final Fantasy XI market, the player base on there. What do you reckon?
Yeah, but you still, I think, unfortunately, I found with a lot of the 11 players when I played, they're so set in their way.
Yeah.
They're almost like the exact same as what we've got here.
Yeah.
They're so set in their way, no one can be right apart from them.
Yeah.
So
no, and you're 100% right. You're 100% right. So what you need to do is you need to cater. You need to cater for both, I think. I mean, in that video that I'm going to link, if anybody watches it, it's a really, really good, interesting video, and it talks about how Final Fantasy XI was so successful. It was, what was it, number 6 in the world on Xbox, or
something like that. Yeah.
Something like the 6th.
Number 6. No, because it was the first MMO on Xbox, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, and it was like the 6th most played game, and the two. I mean, like I said, it's tough to talk about that because 1.0 was a disaster. But they salvaged it, and obviously Yoshi P came into this with a fresh mindset and thought, you know what, we're not going to go the 11 route. We're going to make it a unique game experience. But they've done that
because he's never done this before.
No, that's it. He's
the first ever. Oh Jesus!
Yeah, he's nailed that. I'm not saying he hasn't nailed it. He has nailed it. He's done a cracking job. But
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, but he worked over what was already in the game. Do you see what I'm saying? So the two guys that obviously created this game to begin with, obviously he did change a lot of things in the game. I'm so glad this ain't extreme and I don't have to worry about falling off the edges. But yeah, essentially what he did was he took a wreck and fixed it up. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I love both 11 and 14 in their own right. They're both amazing games. It's just the only thing I've always said this, you know, is that I just feel like this game misses that longevity side. It needs something to keep people going active. Like my brother was saying about NMs, rather than just drop crack clusters, have it so that they drop certain items that might be useful as you progress up, or even things you can sell, so people will go out and camp. Make the spawns different as well.
Yeah, we've always got to remember, like, this is such a big player base that the moment you can sell something, the market's going to get saturated.
Yeah, and it will. It will.
It relies so heavily on eye level. Like, it's. Oh shit! Hang on. Oh, I missed that. Yeah, because it's something which you get in the Realm Reborn boss isn't going to be helpful in like the next expansion.
Yeah, I know that. But they could do things like, I don't know, just items that might be, it could be anything. Items that might be worth something to people.
It'd be nice to glamour items, maybe.
Yeah. You know, just make it more interesting. Make it, but then alongside that, you know, one thing that my brother also said was to have single target. Like obviously, if you claim the mob, it's yours type of thing. And although I think that's cool, I don't know if it's too far. This game's too far now. It's already been set. I think it would upset the balance if you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I see where he's coming from, because But again, all these little things do help with the longevity of the game. You know, being able to go out and farm NMs and stuff like that. I'll tell you what, my concentration levels. Yeah, going out and farming NMs, that gives people stuff to do. I think if they did, like, you know, that idea that I said about having a Eureka instance from level 12 all the way up to, say, 70, where you go into the Eureka up there. For me personally, I think that would be an amazing way to get the community to all together. I still really believe that, especially if they put the level sync. It'd be pointless if they did it where you couldn't level sync, because then obviously nobody would really be in there apart from the people that wanted to level. But if you slapped a level sync in there, and this is what I was saying the other night, you imagine you're in UFC, you decide one day, you know what, I really fancy leveling Warrior. Yeah? You just ping out a message to everyone. Anybody want to come along to the lower level Eureka and let's form a party and kill some stuff? It doesn't even have to be for, you know, like obviously Eureka nowadays is for a relic weapon and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't even have to be for that. It could just be literally a leveling area where people come together. And then obviously you could say, yeah, I'll come along. I'll bring my white mage. Well, your white mage.
Actually, when Palace of the Dead was first released, we got that kind of thing. It's like, oh, who wants to come to Palace of the Dead to level up and that? And you, like, it was quite a popular FC thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll come down to the Palace of the Dead. We'll level up like whatever class. And the beauty of it is, we don't have to be a light party. We can be whatever the hell we want.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what they could. That's what I'm saying. So it's the same concept. And if they wanted to, I mean, I'd obviously, like I say, I can never see this happening, but it's still good to dream.
Don't worry, I'll email Yoshi P.
Yeah, just give him a bell.
I'll just
give him a call, man. Just say,
hey, Yoshi.
But I just think, and like I said, if I wasn't playing this game because for whatever reason I didn't like it, it didn't feel the same as 11 or whatever. And I know, like I said, and I'm going to categorically say right now that this game is not 11. I'm not saying it is, but people of 11 probably do want to come over and play this game, but it's not. You know, there's got to be a reason to why you want to come over. And me personally, if I was playing 11 and I knew that I could come over here and party up with people at low levels, with that level sync implemented, you know, that could be quite a persuasive thing. Do you know what I mean? Because other than FCs, I find that your community base in this game for each individual is pretty much predominantly, of course you have little scattered friends here and there, but at the most part it's just UFC. Whereas 11 offered a party that you could join and make friends along the way of progression. And whenever you decided to go back and level another job and you kind of restarted the process, you made more friends along the way, and then you made more friends along the way, and before you knew it, the community was, everybody knew everybody to some degree. You know what I mean?
We had that in Perfect World, actually.
They just need to find ways to make this game more, I don't know, just more bringing people together, more so than anything. You know, like I said, at the minute, the way it works is new content comes out, UFC goes and does it, pretty much. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying everybody does that, but that's the kind of vibe I get.
Okay, can you like actually open your eyes when he uses this skill, please? Because you seem to be blinking every time he casts it.
We probably need to do it on extreme.
No, people have done it on hard mode.
Oh, cool.
It's just like, but just think about how many times you don't Titan.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, going back to Blue Mage, man. Blue Mage, I think, is the start. Having Blue Mage in here. There's a lot of players in 11 that love Blue Mage. And
that's because they're wrong. and stupid.
But having Blue
Dancing.
Mage in this game is like it's like dangling a carrot in front of them to say, look, we've got Blue Mage over here. Come and check it out.
Chocobo, not a Moogle.
Alright, concentrating. I'm going to get the spell now. I don't know why I use missile, because that ain't going to work. Give me the spell, please. But yeah, I do. I reckon Blue Mage will be quite a good, strong contender. Obviously, that's up to them, though, at the end of the day. It's how they develop it. So far, where would you say... This job is not a DD, is it? Really? Would you say? I mean, if you could just imagine for a second, obviously we would have more spells, but if you look at the spells we've got now, and imagine that you are level 70 with all the cool gear.
It's hard to pinpoint because the different skills essentially give it a different class trait. So it's just kind of like ultimate... I'm going to die. There we go. Ultimate support, really. Or fluid... class. It's just all of the above, although it's not. I'd say it leans more on utility.
Yeah, with the dots and stuff like that.
Yeah, it doesn't. It has one healing skill, which basically counts it as a healer.
Yeah.
It has a couple of tanking, or it's not really tanking skills, but defensive skills, which kind of leans a little bit on the tanky side. But you've got dots. You've got support skills like transfusion, I think it's called.
Yeah. Well, do you remember before it came out, I said it would be amazing if they released Blue Mage and made it into a class basically that could change between all classes, but not at the highest tier.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I still think that would be a cool concept. It'd definitely save on queue times. Being able to decide like whatever skills you put in your hotbar would determine the job that you're going to go in as. It'd almost be like 3 different stances, in a kind of way. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you decide that you want to be a tanky job in a dungeon, you can do that as long as you've got, say, 5 or 6 of these certain spells in your hotbar.
That'd be cool because. You've played Astro, haven't you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so now you've got the different sects, right? So one gives you regen, the other gives you shield.
Right.
So, like, if you're in a party with a white mage, you go as a shield, or if you're in a party with a scholar, you go as the regen. It'd be really cool if Blue Mage had a type of thing where it could swap different states, like tanky, healy, or DPSy.
But
on your hotbar. Like the set.
Yeah, but what I will say is they've got to do it. They've got to make it so it's not as effective as any of the other classes out there. So if you're a tank,
I'm thinking like Carbuncle.
Like
it does it, but it does it weakly.
Yes, but just enough to get you through whatever it is you're trying to get through. And obviously there would be some things that it just wouldn't work. Obviously not every situation's going to be a good situation, you know. So I
can't see it being good and savage like Blue Mage at all, even at level 70, because it just doesn't pump out.
Yeah, but you're going by the spells we've got up till level 50. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
Yeah, but if they continue the power up, then it's going to be exactly the same. And sure, unless they're just going to completely just shoot it off the chart right at the end.
Well, like they said, yeah.
Stupid thing to do.
But like they said, it's a limited job, right? If it's a limited job, you're not seeing the best of it. You are seeing the basics of what this job can do. This is like a taster. It's saying, look, here's your spells. These are the certain things you can do. The one thing I will say, though, that really... I mean, I know I'm a control player and not everybody does controls, but one thing I did notice is, you know, when you're doing your spell book, and you can save different sets, which is amazing, by the way. The only thing that's hard for me as a controller player is if I was to load up a new set, I still need to swap all my spells in and out from my hotbar. Do you know what I mean? It'd be cool if they could implement it in some way where when you load up a new Blue Mage skill set, it does the hotbar as well. But yeah, Blue Mage, that's what I mean. Blue Mage has got potential. And I've seen a lot of people moan about it. And what's the point in having this? Oh, what's the point in having a Blue Mage if you can't do this and you can't do that? We were told at the beginning it was a limited job. That's what it was. They didn't say, oh, we're going to release Blue Mage, but it's only ever going to be stuck at 50. It's never going to go any further than 50. Like I explained to you a few weeks ago as well about Blue Mage, is that they've given us this taster because A, it's going to be good feedback for them, you know, to see what people are saying about Blue Mage and where they could improve it or where they could, you know, whatever, rather than say, okay, when Shadowbringers come out, we're going to give you Blue Mage, but you start it at level 50. You know, we've been able to get that chance to get it up to level 50. See what I'm saying? Because they could have quite easily done it like they did with Red Mage and Samurai. Just said, oh, here's Blue Mage, level 50.
Chances are the classes will start at 60 if it follows the same way as what all the other expansions have done.
So, yeah, I'm at the minute, I'm just keeping an open mind on the whole situation. I don't want to knock it. I don't feel like it needs to be knocked. We know what we're getting. We knew what we were getting when they said what it was, and yeah, it's not the best, it's not ideal, but at least we got it. You know, at least we got the Blue Mage.
Like you keep saying like, oh, we were told it's going to be a limited job and stuff like that. It's like, yeah, we were told it's going to be a limited job, but we were expecting a little bit more integration with the game than what we've got.
Yeah, and maybe, I mean, who knows what the plans are? Maybe they will slowly release little patches before Shadowbringers where it'll allow people to go into dungeons, for example, up to level 50. I can't see why they wouldn't do that, personally. I mean, they might not, I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, maybe they're feeding it to us bit by bit. They've got to see how Blue Mage runs first, and how the community reacts to it, and like I said, they just need to iron out the things that need to iron out before they open up dungeons to the Blue Mage. You know, I can sort of see where they're coming from. Do you get what I mean? Like, there's no point giving this Blue Mage opening all the dungeons at 50 and they're just absolutely useless, and then people are just going to go on a hate spree straight away anyway. I don't know why I did that. Might want to heal. So yeah, I take it for what it is. For me, it's like a demo. It's a demo of a Blue Mage. You know, when you downloaded a demo on your PC, you know, you don't get like full integration, do you? You play a couple of levels and then that's it. You wait for the game to come out on full release. Nobody moans about that. Can you imagine it? Like me playing Hitman the other week. It's like, hang on a minute. Why hasn't Hitman let me play the full game? Well, you've just downloaded the demo. Yeah, but still.
Yeah, but you've downloaded the game. It gives you the sense of what the game's going to be. Here, like, it's up in the air. It's like, well, what is Blue Mage going to be?
Yeah, but doesn't that make it more compelling?
Not really. Because so you're already seeing results from it being such a limited class. It's basically dead in the water once you've done. Once you've got the skills, you've completed Carnival, it's useless. People have already moved on, and it's like, okay, it was great for a week, you know, a bit of fun, but what is it truly here for?
Well, that's what I mean. We're just going to have to sit and wait for that. Like, we're going to ask the questions, like I just did a bit ago, about what type of job do you think it is. It's definitely not like a heavy D. It doesn't compare to Red Mage for damage output. It's, for me, it's kind of like, I don't know, like you said, it's a bit of everything. Probably more, you know, it's a bit, It's got the dots. It's got the healing. I don't know.
It's a bit of everything, but it's just a bit of everything useless at the same time.
At the minute,
You've got the dots, but the dots don't do much. You've got final sting and transference, which the final sting doesn't do a whole lot, but transference is a decent skill at transferring mana and mana and HP. And then you've got one healing skill, which is actually really potent, but kind of temperamental at times because of its such long cast time. For every good thing, there is like a huge bad thing that goes with it. So you're up in the air with how Blue Mage is actually going to be.
Me personally, I think what you just said is kind of right, but I don't think it's a bad thing. I think for everything is good, there's a question mark to the other side. It's the not knowing. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's how I feel. I think, I don't know, like I said, it depends what mindset you came out with when Blue Mage was announced. My mindset was, wow, Blue Mage is coming to 14. Can't wait to play it. See what it's like. So far, getting spells, brilliant. Would I like to see some, like I said to you earlier, some more single target, something that feels a bit more powerful? Yeah, damn right I would. But that's the whole point, is like, I've got to wait and see now where it's going to go. Like I say, they will definitely be watching Blue Mage closely, and they'll hear the community. And that's one good thing I do love about this game, is they do listen to the community. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, they do listen to the community somewhat. And this was like an argument that I had with someone a while back. When Blue Mage was announced, I was told that it was only going to be quests. They would do it as quests to unlock skills, and it'd only be this and only be that. And I said, well, that would make no sense. The majority of people want to see Blue Mage because, I might be wrong in what I'm saying, but I felt that the majority of people that wanted to see Blue Mage is because they had good experiences from the likes of 11. You know, the going out, the learning of the spells. I thought it'd be stupid of them to say, oh, here's Blue Mage, but it's nothing like Blue Mages before, it's just a completely new Blue Mage. It's like, what? That's not what we asked for. We asked for a Blue Mage because we like the way it works. You know what I mean? So that's why I've got faith in them, because they've got to live up. They've put Blue Mage in here. They've got to make the job live up to what it is. Do you see what I'm saying? Otherwise, they are going to piss people off. They are going to upset the community, and it is going to be a struggle. So that's what I mean. I'm holding out. Like I say, we'll see. Only time will tell where this job's going to end up. At the minute, I'm taking it for what it is, and you know.
See, I'm also having a gut feeling that this is all we're going to see.
What, as in, there might not be more spells after, or
they're not going to develop it anymore.
That would be
we've got Blue Mage, and that, you know, we've answered the call. We've kind of tested the waters. This is how it's come up. You know, we're happy with the response we got. But there's just no, they knowing what they're like. There's no way we can really balance it. Too well.
I don't. I'm a firm believer of that. They don't. No, there's no. It's not impossible to make Blue Mage a decent job in this game, and they'd be absolutely out of their minds to do that.
No,
they would.
I don't know.
That's like getting your. That's like saying to your kids, "I'm going to buy you this chocolate bar," and then you buy them a chocolate bar, and they're so happy to have that chocolate bar, and then you just take like 3/4 of a bite out of it, wipe it round in some dog poo, and say, "There you go."
It's a little bit extreme.
It is extreme, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would they go to all the trouble of listening to the community, getting the Blue Mage in the game, and then going, "Nah, actually, we're not going to go any further with it"? They'd be mental. They'd be out their minds.
They've done it before. Like, they've done it with Palace of the Dead. They've done it with what's the new one called? Heaven on High. They're well known to do it.
Oh man, if they did, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I'd be highly disappointed if they did that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they've, because they promise. I'm pretty sure, though it might just be rumors at this point, that they've basically confirmed 3 new jobs for the new expansion. And I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they've just kissed Blue Mage goodbye, left it as it is, and are introducing 3 completely new classes, i.e. Dancer, maybe, I think people call it like Soldier or Gun Lancer or whatever it's called. And they're just leaving, essentially, Blue Mage sitting dead in the water. Maybe add some new skills in the new expansion, but overall
I can't see it.
Like that.
I honestly can't see it. That would be... Anybody with common sense would...
This is Square Enix we're talking about.
Yeah, I just think, listen... I can't see it. I really can't see it. Like, if they do that, they are out of their minds. Even if they decide to develop Blue in up to 70 and it isn't as good as what I'm hoping it will be, at least they went with it. It'd be so... Why listen to the community only to give them half the product?
Because they do that all the time. They give half of the product the community wanted.
But jobs? There's no other job in the game that just gets stuck at 50. That wouldn't make sense.
That's what would piss me off the most. Not that Blue Mage doesn't go up to end game. It'd be because when people look at my search info, I'm going to have 150 job, and it ruins the perfect look of all cities.
Well, listen, I would like to think I'm 99.9% sure they ain't going to do that. It'd be stupid. They may as well have just not released it. Because why give people the taster of something and then take it away from them? It would be daft.
Well, no, they
know
the
uproar.
They're not removing Blue Mage from the game.
No, but
they're just not developing it anymore. Which, as I say, isn't the first time they've done it.
Nah, I really can't see that. That would be absolutely crazy. There's no other job that's been stuck at 50 because.
Well, no, because there was never a limited job.
Okay, let me put it to another way. How much effort do you think they've put into Blue Mage so far?
Minimal.
No, think about it. Like,
minimal.
So what? So
I'm thinking about it. Minimal.
So all the enemies that are out in the field that could potentially learn spells, all the spells we've got so far, they would have had to put a lot of work in the code to make sure that you can go out and learn spells.
They had all the resources available. You think that what Blue Mage is at the core, you're learning skills from mobs, which means they already had the resources necessary to develop Blue Mage, and all they needed was to put a little bit of time into to compile it and make it into a class, and then release it. And they didn't have to integrate it too much. Oh, we're gonna die. No, they didn't have to integrate it too much because it's a limited job.
Nah, pretty much. I'd put my wage on it. They won't do that. They won't just leave it.
Wage?
A lot.
Okay, I'll take that then.
Now I'm telling you, I don't think if they, I just can't see it. I can't see that they'd listen to the community and then just say, "Okay, here's a job." They would have told you that at the beginning. They would.
Wouldn't.
Why wouldn't they? So what?
Because they wouldn't.
Listen, we're happy to give you Blue Mage, but we don't see it being an end game thing. But we will release it for you guys to play with.
Yeah, as I said, they've done it before.
With what? What job is at level 50?
No, I'm not talking about jobs. Like, it's other content that they've promised and are kind of only half delivered.
But is that half delivered in? I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a good question though. This spell does not want to drop.
No, right. We're changing it up.
What?
We are going. Where is it? Is that it? That's it. Don't die.
Oh yeah, I won't. I'm a Blue Mage.
Sorry, is that Dragoon or Blue Mage? Did you just say?
Both. Hey, listen, my red mage is like a dragoon. You've already seen that.
To be honest, any class you play is like a Dragoon, unless it's tank, in which case you just spam all the defensive abilities at once.
Yeah, well, listen, dragoon only gets a hard time because they haven't got a blimmin' dragon. Like, what part of dragoon doesn't have a dragon?
Alright, smack her.
Wait, before I hit it, just quickly, I thought something. You're kind of right in what you just said as well. Because look at Summoner. Why has Summoner only got few summons? Like, really? That is a job that they could, like, seriously have, like, utilised.
Behind the rock.
Oh, okay. Just putting Mighty Guard on.
Oh yeah, make sure you've got all your defensive art, including Toad Oil and all that stuff. Because this is extreme.
Can't even touch me, look. I'm in my bubble.
I need to take those plumes out.
Ooh. That hurt. Kill, 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 kill. Ooh. Kill, 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 kill. So far, so good.
Ah, hello, Sapana. This is going to be fun because I don't think I can burn her down quick enough.
You saying?
I did.
I'm just gonna hide behind this rock like a true blue mage. Just. Oh.
That's right. Should be doing it now.
What do I? Oh, what do I?
That's feather green. That's what we're looking for. Right, get behind the rock.
Okay, okay, okay. Diamondback. Yeah, that didn't help. That didn't help.
I need to get rid of it. Oh, there we go. Got rid of the spiny plume.
And then there's talks of trusts coming into the game. I mean, obviously it's very similar to Squadron, but we saw how trusts worked in 11. I thought them trusts were pretty amazing. Just even for the collection side of it, you know, because one thing we do know about this game is everybody loves to collect stuff. You know, whether it's for housing or glamours, stuff like that. That's how I felt with the trusts. Like, a lot of the time I'd go out and get the trusts because I just wanted that trust. So obviously, they're from what I've seen, they're going to be played majoritarily in dungeons, but I still think that's cool because I know a lot of solo players that would benefit from that, you know.
I'm getting really nervous about you surviving.
I got this, mate. Look at this. Diamondback, all the way.
He's spawning. Yeah, he is. Charada.
Again?
Yeah, she does. Oh, get wrecked.
Well, what's the spiny plume for? Oh, we need to get in that, don't we?
No, we need to get rid of it.
I'm just going to stay in here.
Make sure you're not in the green, though.
Yeah, I know.
Oh god, they move. Oh god, I might even die here.
Don't do it. I'd really like my Diamondback right about now. Hey! And my eyes were shut again.
Oh, matchsticks, Matt. Oh, there's the horse.
Which one is it?
It's the gorilla horse.
No way.
It's the greeny looking one.
Oh dear. But yeah, level sync, man. I know we was talking about that earlier. I'd love a level sync as well.
You know what I'd love? I'd love some lunch.
Oh yeah, look at the time. Do you know what sounds like a good idea? Well, I have one more fight and then I'll exit the stream. But it was a good chat. Like I said, who knows? Who knows what they're going to do? Really, who knows what they're going to do? All I know is that Blue Mage so far is... I'm enjoying it.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hit it. Always do that.
Oh,
It's alright. No, I did. I'm going to dot it to next week. Oh, behind the pillars?
Mm-hmm.
Let's put some bad breath on this thing.
Oh god. Oh, they spawned a lot quicker than I was expecting. There we go. Right, we need to get rid of these plumes, otherwise they're going to give us a better day. Oh, I'm stunned. And I'm slept. Wonderful.
Oh yeah. Let's see if I can do tail whip. Oh, boo. Oh, which one? I'm going to try and tail whip. I did it! Did I do it? Or was that you?
That was me.
Yeah, it was definitely you, because it had 2%.
Here's stuff. To be honest, you might die here. Behind a rock. Don't know if you'll die here because there's not the rock through. I'm gonna get a res just in case.
Yeah. Ain't surviving that. Right, just give me a second.
Are you gonna... Oh, yes! I got it just in time. Right, what are you feeling? Lunch?